All right, hello everybody. I'm Amish Jim, and this is going to be a brief overview of the LITEGEAR E-Control 4x4. We usually just call them 4x4. It's a PWM LED dimmer, and they are pretty much standard in film and television. They're one of our workhorses for sure. So pretty much it's 4 channels at 4 amps each on this version. In version 3.1, it is 5 amps a channel. It has a 16 amp max across all 4 channels. And in this instance, we're going to be using them with some hybrid LED ribbon from LITEGEAR. And like this is going to be 12 volts at a half amp. And the pad is roughly 3 1/4 amps. So that'd be about 4 amps. I generally only run 8 amp and 16 amp power supplies, so I would put it 8 on here. Now, some things that you should know about this are it's either DMX control, where you see it has an address right here, or it's manual control, where you can go over here and work it. For DMX, there are some Cat 5, Cat 6 Ethernet connectors. And then on the other end, it is what we call Phoenix connectors. And that is getting hung up. And you can kind of see that. So all the way to the left is the our 12 volt input coming from our 8 amp power supply. And then this will be our outputs to our LEDs. And you can see there's a little pinout thing right there. So we're going to be doing the hybrid. So the first one will be plus, and then it'll be warm 1, cool 1, warm 2, cool 2 for this example. But you can see how the other thing we usually use it for is RBGW. And you can see that pinout right there. So operation is going to be something like this. So you hit this top button to activate it. You get one of your first choices is 8-bit or 16-bit. And that pretty much comes down to fine control. On each of these channels, there's 255 different steps, if you want to think of it. So if you wanted to bring this LED up to 50%, it'd be half of 255, which is what 127 or something like that. If you needed finer control, some LEDs pop on, they don't really fade up. They just kind of turn on at 8% or 10%. And if you wanted more fine control, you could go in and you can make this 16-bit, and then that gives you 510 or whatever the math would come out to be steps. So in this instance, we're going to leave it on 8-bit. We almost always use 8-bit. Then we go down to dimmer channel 1 for manual control. And that is going to be right there on that pad. You see we brought it up. So there's our warm. Take it back out. Bring up the cool. Then on the light stick, bring up the warm. And then so we're hitting this to activate it once it locks itself on channel 4. So then if we want to do a color mix there to get to a certain temperature, we would go ahead and mix them. So DMX address, here's how we change out. Same way. Do that, and then you pick your address, and of course from whatever address you pick. So if you pick 420 here, that means it'll be 420, 421, 422, and 423. Let's make it 421. It'll make a little more sense down here then. So it'll be 421, 422, 423, and 424. So when you're hitting them in your, once you patch them into your board, it'll know exactly what to do with that. I think that is pretty much the basic controls of this. So my Phoenix coming out, it goes into a splitter that has some Phoenix 3s on the end, and it does, of course, go by, warm 1, cool 1, warm 2, cool 2. So I just have the low channel has tape on it to differentiate what's going on here. So that's really the very basicest of controls, or the basicest of what you need. The basicest, that's not even a word. This is basically what you need to know to operate this quick and easy. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit them in the comments, or I am at Amish Jim at a lot of places, everywhere you want to be. So thanks for watching, and I hope this answered any questions or helped you get up and go on with that too much trouble. Yes, hit me up if you have any comments. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.